Hey everyone, Dave Morride here with another great vegan recipe for you. Today's recipe comes from the phenomenal and absolutely hilarious Buddhist Chef. Let's have a round of applause for him. Yes, if you've been following vegan recipes online, you'll know that he's one of the absolute best. And when he mentioned his cookbook on his channel, I had to get it. And I was not disappointed, ladies and gentlemen. I was thumbing through it and I found this recipe. It's a vegan mock chicken recipe. And I saw a lot of potential for this because you can make it into a sandwich like he does in the recipe, or you can just make it into strips and then freeze it and then have it whenever a recipe needs some chicken. So I think this recipe is going to come in very handy in the future. I hope you love this recipe as much as I do, and let's get started. Here are the ingredients. I will also list the ingredients down below the video. In a large mixing bowl, whisk together the gluten flour, rice flour, nutritional yeast, onion powder, garlic powder, basil, oregano, thyme, sage, rosemary, and salt. Add the 3/4 of a cup of vegetable broth and stir to combine. If it is too dry, add some more veggie broth or water 1 tablespoon at a time. Once all the vital wheat gluten is mixed into a dough, place it on a cutting board and knead it for 3 minutes. Flatten the dough, then slice it into 6 pieces. Form each piece into a circle to create 6 cutlets. In a large pot, bring the remaining 4 cups of broth to a boil, then reduce the heat to the minimum. Drop the cutlets into the vegetable broth. Cover and simmer for 1 hour. Remove from the heat and let the cutlets cool in the broth. In a bowl, whisk together the all-purpose flour, garlic powder, onion powder, salt, and black pepper. Add the plant milk and maple syrup, or agave, and stir to combine. Place the breadcrumbs in a bowl. Preheat your oven to 450 degrees Fahrenheit or 232 degrees Celsius. Dip the cutlets into the batter, then dredge in the breadcrumbs, then place them on a crisper basket or a plate. If you don't have a crisper, put some parchment paper on a baking sheet and lightly spray it with oil. Place the cutlets on the cooking sheet and spray the tops of the cutlets with a little bit of oil. If you have a crisper, place it on a cutting board, place the cutlets in the crisper and lightly spray both sides of the cutlets with a little bit of oil. Put a baking sheet on the lower rack in the oven and place the crisper on the upper rack directly above the cooking sheet. The baking sheet on the lower rack is there to catch anything that falls from the crisper. This will make an easy cleanup. If you are using a baking sheet, cook for 15 minutes, then turn all the cutlets over and cook for another 15 minutes. If you are using a crisper, cook for 30 minutes. There's no need to turn the cutlets over since they are cooking from both sides. Cooking times will vary, so please keep an eye on your cutlets to make sure they don't burn. The original recipe said to fry the cutlets. I prefer to bake them because it is healthier and has less calories. It's up to you how you want to cook your no chicken cutlet. Serve the cutlets in hamburger buns garnished with vegan mayonnaise, lettuce, and sliced tomatoes. I added some Mrs. Dash to add even more flavor. It was delicious. Congrats, you just made a vegan mock chicken sandwich. If you like this recipe and you want to be notified when I make a new video, please like and subscribe and click on the bell icon. Thank you and bon appetit.